Hey Aquarius, welcome to your April 2025 quick read. Let's go ahead and get into it. What do my Aquariuses need to know about April 2025? Make it clear for me, Spirit. What does the zodiac sign Aquarius need to know about April 2025? What are they experiencing? Two of Wands, Six of Cups, one more, the Fool. Okay, in reverse. I'll tell you right off the bat, there is a sense of, I don't know what's next. Okay, coming from this reading, and not because you're lost, Aquarius. Just stay with me. It's more of like you're going day by day. You don't really have. You have. I'm gonna be funny when I say this, but you have concepts of a plan, but there's no real plan. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, because like I said, I don't think that you're lost. I think it's more like this is a choice so that you're not stressed out. Okay, so you may have, okay, boom, I need to make blah 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 amount of money, and I need to do this and I need to do that. Like, you have a to-do list, but there's a sense of, I don't know what's next, or you do know what's next, but you don't like what that will mean or what that looks like. Right? Because it may be hard. It may come with some decisions. It may come with some things and people you have to get rid of. It may come with some isolation. It may come with some leaving what's familiar to you. So it's kind of like a strange space to be in. You don't want to be reckless, right? And I also think some nostalgia may trigger you to make some reckless decisions this month, or make some decisions where you don't know. Like for instance, if you have, let's say if you've been trying to be on the straight and narrow, you may encounter someone or encounter a situation that makes you kind of reminisce on who you used to be, or what, a space you used to be in, and that may cause you to make a reckless decision. Nothing that you can't come back from, right? It's just more of like an experience, like, oh snap, like this makes me think of before type of thing. 3 more cards. What does Aquarius need to know about April 2025? What are my Aquarius, the Sun, Moon, and Rising experiencing this month? Okay, Knight of Swords, Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, 7 of Pentacles. Okay, look at you coming in your own coming out in your own reading. One more. What my Aquarius need to know? Thank you. Yep. Ooh, so much, y'all. So much. Okay, we got the 3 of Wands that came out to end your reading, but we also have the Knight of Wands. So you could have a fire sign in your life, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we also have the Moon here, so that's a Cancer. And the Devil here. That's a Scorpio, all in reverse. I'm not going to keep these out, at least for you guys to see, but, feast your eyes. But you're trying to change your life, Aquarius. You're trying to move forward. And the problem is, what are we moving forward to? So it's not that you're not making movements, right? It's not that every day you ain't hustling. Because one thing I know about the Aquarius, they always got something going, child. It's not that you don't have that going. It's more about you're asking yourself, what is the intention? Where is the ending? And like I said, I think for some of you, you are avoiding answering that question because you know what it means. So you may have something in your mind, but then you may toggle with it. Well, if I do this, then I'm going to have to stop talking to this person. Or if I do that, then that means that things. So you may just avoid it altogether and just work. But there's some things that need to be addressed, okay, in order for you to move forward. Because you've put a lot of time, energy, investment in this change, in growing yourself and moving yourself forward. Again, maybe for some of you, you're kind of in a waiting energy, like you're saving money, you're working. So you're not thinking that far because you just want to make sure right now is secure. And I hear you. But I also think that there's a level of lostness. We got to figure out what's next, and we have to decide if where we are, if where we are is actually leading us where we want to go. But we have to know where we're going at first, right? Yeah. So overall, you're trying to make some decisions this month. You want to be better, and you're like, okay, what does that look like? Okay. So again, and if we're talking about what's going to happen during the month, it's pretty typical. Like I said, you may run into a situation that brings you into nostalgia, kind of brings you back to a past version of yourself. You may be holding back from saying something or doing something when it comes to somebody because you're trying to make intentional, smart decisions. Because you don't want to make a decision you don't agree with later, right? You may be very fast driven making decisions, and there's some healing going on too, especially with this Moon and the Devil card. Like, there's some healing going on. We're trying to stop bad habits. We're trying to stop old cycles, but we're running into them, and we can't seem to figure out why. right? And this doesn't have to be with you. You can have somebody around you and you're like, damn, you just keep on doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So that may be something that comes up. But let's get into your career and finances. What's going on with my Aquariuses in their career and finances in the month of April? Okay. Money coming slowly, steady process. Yes, clarity. What's going on with them this month, Spirit? In their career and finances. Money coming in. Wealth, good investment. Yeah, okay. You're making an investment. Clarity. Aquarius. Thank you. Rain. Yes. See, look. Now, I can make this up. Investment. Come on. Steady progress. Come on. Long term. You're making long-term decisions, Aquarius. I love that for you. And think broadly, okay? And I know a lot of Aquarius is in my life, so for some of you, you are literally making long-term investments. I'm talking like actually investing, buying homes, buying furniture that's going to last you a long time, buying clothes, like you're doing that. And then so for some of you, you're just putting in the work to kind of set yourself up for a long-term like security net. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what's going on with you. But money's coming in. It's coming in like steadily. Right? Like we're able to pay our bills. We're able to do what we got to do. Like we're doing those type of things. It's very standard this month, but I will give you that it's very intentional. And I think so if money's moving slow for you, Aquarius, it's probably because it's waiting on you. Okay? Ooh, that's straight channeling. Meaning, what is the intention? Well, like think of it this way. Spirit is like, I'll pay your bills. I'll make sure you're good. I'll make sure school's going well. I'll make sure your career's on track. While you figure out what is the end goal. And you may already have said end goal, but now we need steps in between. How do we get from A to B to C, etc.? You see what I'm saying? So now you like that. I think you're just being more intentional is essentially what I'm trying to say. You're not making any decisions financially at all or in your life, period, that you don't aren't 100% sure about. And I love that for you, Aquarius. I also think if you're building something, building a business, building an organization, it's just a slow process. This is not something you can rush because it's something that you intend to do long term. This could be your thinking. I don't kind of think it is. I think this kind of Spirit's doing, but your thinking could be, I have to take my time. I don't want to rush this. I want to do it the right way. You know what I mean? So you're making good investments. You're being smart. You're checking everything twice because you want to make sure it goes through well. You're taking your time and you're not rushing yourself. And I appreciate that for you. Especially air sign, fire energy. We like to just cut through the BS and get there. But I think that you are being very smart and intentional. And I love that for you. Okay? You're making investments. If you haven't yet, Aquarius, I would encourage you to make investments in your future. Okay? Whatever that looks like for you, I'm not going to influence you. But because you're in this space where you can make decisions that impact you for long term, I would say start looking at into it. Okay, where I need to put my money at? How can I save? Like whatever the case may be. Some of you may tie yourself to a long term commitment as well. You may sign up for some sort of for some reason I heard somebody a subscription, like a gym subscription, but it may be even more important than that. But there's something you sign yourself up for and commit yourself to this month. For some of you, it is a relationship and marriage. But I don't fully feel that. Because for some of you, it's like there's something about that commitment where you either get more committed, like you share more resources, or you share less. I don't know. There's something going on there. Okay, but it's official. Okay. So things that could be important in your career, you could be moving for work, again, making long-term investments and waiting. You can be in sales and finances, or you could be selling a service. You could be getting a raise. Something lucky happens to you this month. You could be going into a partnership or going into business with someone. You're working together with someone, and you could be in a fulfilling career or something that you really enjoy doing. Okay. Clarity on your love and relationships. What does Aquarius need to know about their love and relationships in the month of April 2025? What are they experiencing in their relationships this month, Spirit? Okay, no, you hang up. Lengthy, exciting conversations, a lot to talk about, into each other, meaningful, giddy, a lot in common, clarity. Skater girl. Skating along, balance, outdoor date, letting things slide. Adaptable, quickly, seamless. Bold move. Invitation, being proactive, taking steps, making things happen. Gift for yourself or someone. Interesting. What about my Aquariuses in relationships or situationships? What are they experiencing this month in April? Yeah, somebody comes back, y'all. That comes up twice. Oh, damn, my candle done went out. Somebody comes back. Someone from the past is in your energy. Okay. Now, think broadly, because for some of you, this can be an ex, but for some of you, it's like an old friend, someone that you haven't been in real contact with for a minute there. I'm going to try to fit this on the screen best as possible. But yeah, there may be somebody that comes back into the picture this month. And again, careful about recklessness, careful about anger, careful about popping off at each other, careful about cycles repeating themselves. Do I think it's going to be a horrible time? No, but I do think that it's going to bring some things forward. For a lot of you, I'm going to be honest, Aquarius, a lot of you may be very single and very much mingling. Do I think that means that you're being like horrible to people? No, but I do think you're doing your thing. You're not taking anyone serious because again, you're worried about this. And this is strictly for single. If you're in a relationship, I got something different for you. But I will say that it's complicated because I don't think for all of you, you're just like, I don't think for all of you, it's like you're single and you got multiple options. I think for some of you, you're single and you have the intention of being single. But I do think there's somebody in your orbit that is either pursuing you or you're pursuing them. Like you're still kind of keeping in each other's, I don't know, world in some way. But you specifically want to keep it very casual. So sometimes there may be a lot of long conversations and you're enjoying each other's company again and you're having fun and you're going out on dates and it's very casual, like you like it to be very easy, right? But then other times it's kind of like there's an intention there. You're inviting each other places. You want each other to show up in this and that. I will say someone may have a change of mind. So if either of you were playing games, at some point the other may amp it up a notch and try to actually pursue the relationship. Now, I don't know what that results in. It doesn't feel like it results in anything this month, but it does seem like you do. For somebody, you start talking to someone new. So the person I just discussed is not even a factor anymore because now you're dealing with someone completely new and you like them better. And that's just me being real. And for others of you, you're not thinking about the shit at all. Excuse me. I mean, you may have some people that are interested in you, but you may not be. They don't become a significant factor this month. If you're in a relationship, the past kind of comes back to haunt you. For some of you, it is an ex situation. For others of you, it's a reoccurring thing. You keep having this conversation. You keep revisiting this problem. You keep revisiting, whether or not you should stay together. Like, it's something that keeps coming up. So clarity for my people how about this? Clarity for Aquarius in their relationship overall in the month of April. Interesting. 3 cards came out. Guardian. Okay, a lost loved one watches over you. Intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. Yep. And open up your heart. It will help you attract more love. Okay. I feel like some of you are guarded, Aquarius. Reasonably so for some of you. You're guarded, or maybe even your partner's guarded. Again, reasonably so. So I do think that you or them need to open up. I'll be honest and say it kind of depends. You'd have to get a personal read for me to be specific, but you or them I don't know if it's you two are supposed to be together, depending on who I'm talking to. Because you'll know if I'm talking to you or not. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to be together because I think there are some red flags. I think there are some, and sometimes it's not about them being the red flag more than it's like, it's a red flag that this is not right. Okay, but because you're an air sign, I'm going to tell you this. Don't nitpick. It's not about nitpicking. It's about, and I'm not saying you guys are nitpicky. I'm just saying that you guys are a little more flighty. You guys are like birds, literally. So it's like a bird will be kicking it with you. But if you get too close too fast, you move too fast, y'all be gone. Ooh, this too much. I gotta go. Hold on. So it's not about every little thing. It's about there's something that keeps happening. Okay, especially if it's a fire sign. Something that keeps happening. Why does it keep happening? Is there something that we can fix here? Is somebody not being open? Is somebody not being collaborative? Or is this just not right? But don't ignore something that's being pinged to you just because you want to be cool or you don't want any friction or drama, okay? Don't ignore any red flags, but also remember, know when you're being a red flag yourself. Okay, my love? But that's all I'm saying for you, Aquarius. I hope this resonated. Let me know how you liked it, and let me know how your month goes. Bye.